you remember, Rook, when I mentioned another ceremony I must perform at the Memorial Gardens? The time has come. I was hoping you'd accompany me again.
More grave lighting?
No, this would be a more personal visit. Whenever you've time.
I'd nearly finished the chant of the Starless Dawn when a wisp startled me. I had to start over.
Now, what do you have to say for yourself?
Did I miss something?
Since we're here to gather flowers for the dead, I thought I'd teach Manfred some plant names. But I just caught him attempting to wade into a rose bush.
That must have been frustrating.
He knows he's not supposed to play in the horticulture. Oh, Manfred. Whatever will happen to you if I pass on?
If?
Ah, there's something I'd like to talk about. Do you know what a lich is, Rook?
Lich. That's Old Tavine for corpse, isn't it?
A lich is a mage transformed into one of the undead while retaining their true, original consciousness. The idea fascinated me when I was younger. For years, I researched and experimented, spoke with spirits and mages. Then, eventually, I found them.
Who?
The Lich Lords of the Grand Necropolis. Necromancers before me who'd transformed themselves into true living dead.
You think that's good?
I was their first living petitioner in some time. The Liches are the great protectors of the necropolis, bulwarks against forces that threaten creation. After years of tests and rituals, they granted me my desire, the right to attempt lichdom.
That's great for a necromancer, right?
It is a singular opportunity.
Good?
Lichdom is an incredible honor. Immortality, prestige, the most hallowed ranks of the Watchers, as well as a chance to be of service past my allotted years. But there are considerations. Come, we have flowers to gather for the dead.
Okay, but I've got questions.
Blue creepvine. This will do nicely.
Emmerich, aren't most undead just random spirits inside corpses?
Liches are different. It wouldn't be a spirit acting in my name. My true consciousness would be housed in my departed flesh.
How?
The Order must keep some secrets. Moon blossoms, famed in verse and song.
Smells like perfume. Do liches have a sense of smell?
I've been told that while some of my senses will dull, others will become available. Other than that, I can't say if the flowers would still hold their bloom for me. Lichdom serves a purpose. There are dark things in creation, threats to both our world and the Fade. The Liches of the Necropolis have the insight and the abilities to oppose them.
And you're joining them when?
Certain elements have held me back. There's no ready instructions for Lichdom. The steps must be discovered on one's own over years to be fully understood.
Does the spell to become a lich kill you, or do you have to...
No, mercifully, that falls to another watcher. After my death, my soul will be drawn back into my body instead of moving on to whatever lies beyond.
So, what's holding you back from lichdom?
Even with all my preparations, there's a chance I could die permanently during the rites. What cowardice! A promise of immortality, an end to all my fears, and the final veil stays my hand.
Emmerich, you've spent your life preparing for this, and it could still fail.
You say nothing that hasn't hounded me. Traditionally, candidates for lichdom face one final sifting of the soul. If they avoid it, you saw my old colleague.
Hezenkos? She's a lich.
A half-lich, though that hasn't diminished her powers. Until I stop her plans, I won't possess the peace of mind for lichdom. Why don't you select the next flowers, Rook?
Sure. So, what's a half-lich exactly?
Johanna attempted the rites of lichdom and failed. Stuck in her in-between state, she is supremely dangerous, but can't learn any new magic.
No wonder Hezenkos was shouting so much.
Oh, she's always been that way.
What about the sifting of a soul that Hezenkos avoided?
The spirits of the Necropolis judge whether a candidate is worthy of the power and responsibility of lichdom.
How'd she become a lich without it?
I shared some knowledge when we were colleagues. She apparently put together more than I knew. It would be just like her to skip the rituals, the cleansings, the preparations of the soul.
For a watcher, Hezenkos is pretty harsh on spirits.
We made allowances because of her discoveries. Too many. Spirits are not things to be disposed of.
You really care about them.
They're so susceptible to the world's whims, Rook. Some spirits are dangerous, but how quickly most respond to a bit of kindness or care. Or for all she's done, I can't condemn Johanna for attempting lichdom. That freedom from mortality, that divorce from fear. And of course, time to read all of one's books.
Every mage's dream.
But how she's abused her abilities. Are my intentions enough to fare better?
Worrying's a good sign.
We have enough flowers. There's something I'd like to show you. here we are.
Oh, so these flowers are for...
Yes. If you could place them on the graves, please.
In memory of Rupert and Eleanora Volcarin. They walk eternity hand in hand.
After I became a watcher, I erected a proper shrine to my parents. When I come to talk, I like to think they listen. Well, don't be shy. Introduce yourself.
Hello? Do you remember your parents?
Some memories are bright. Others are akin to those dim, early morning dreams one gets sometimes. Lately, I wondered what they'd think of our current course, the choices ahead.
Your lichdom.
What would they have wanted me to be?
I can tell you what I think they'd want you to be.
What's that?
Happy. You could always speak with your folks, couldn't you?
My parents last saw me as a boy. By the time I mastered my corpse whispering, I was a man. If I woke them, there might be a flash of recognition, or... Besides, if I speak to too many other spirits, Manfred might grow jealous.
Can't have that.
It'd be impossible, I agree.
Careful with that.
But of course.
It's the only lead I've got.
My dear Davron, I'll be as careful with this cloth as if it were burial silk from the Storm Age. And this will be so instructive for Manfred. Ah, Rook, just in time.
The two of you together, this looks like trouble.
The beginnings of it, we hope.
That piece of cloth I tore off the Gloom Howler back at the cauldron still has some of its blood on it.
And now, through the application of necromancy, perfected by the Morn Watch through years of meticulous...
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what the Gloom Howler is.
Rather, discern its nature.
How?
By setting it on fire?
Patience. To discern, one must sometimes destroy. Ah, yes, of course. How interesting.
What is it?
It says this was elven blood. This was a person.
What? But it howls.
A corrupted person. Not always a monster. And something else. Dirthsel. I'm unfamiliar with the meaning.
An elven word for covenant, like a promise or a blood oath. I think I get it. An elf who took a vow, then gets blighted. An elf who knew about griffins and warden's secrets.
Almost as if...
It was a warden.
I know this is bad, but it means we have a lead.
Yes, but one that points within.
If Weishaupt knew about it, they never told me. Something else is going on here. I'll put out the word, call in favors, see who might know more. But thanks for your help, Emric. You, discerned well.
My pleasure.
So, does the fire feel like a part of you? Or I don't know, like something else inside you?
No, it has to be me.
Has to? What if it's not?
How?
Sometimes, the stone magic feels like something else in me. It's me, but it's not me. You know?
You have to feel the magic as part of you. You can't control it till you admit it's yours.
If you're gonna start fires or earthquakes, take it outside.
Yes, Mother.
That what it's like for you as a mage?
Magic is like steering something powerful outside yourself. It can be dangerous, though it stopped being frightening once I learned control.
You make it sound so easy.
You know how many times I set my bed on fire? My mother had to get special sheets. You'll get there.
Thanks, Tosh. That really helps.
Good. You deserve to be happy. She smells really good.
How you doing over there?
What? Shut up. Nothing.
Oh, well, I'm convinced.
I want to get her something. What do you think she likes?
You should get her jewelry. Something with a nice gemstone, maybe.
Huh. Got stuff like that lying around from a dragon we killed. Wait. She's doing stone stuff now. Is she gonna want a gem as a gift? That's like getting me fire.
Would you like it if someone got you fire as a gift?
Oh. Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, there you go.
I'm blaming you if it doesn't work.
That's the spirit. Is that Zara Renata? This place isn't big enough to keep every corpse you guys find.
Zara spoke to Ilario before she died. Emric can talk to the dead. I have to know.
I wouldn't have offered my skills if I thought it was unsafe. Let flame rekindle your sight. Let breath and light rise again. Tell us about Ilario della Morte.
Martyrs. He fooled us both.
Elaborate.
You took what he wanted most in this world. More than coin, pleasure, family.
The title of First Talon.
Ilario had you imprisoned and tortured for a promotion.
The job was to kill you. But this one doesn't waste those with potential.
Yeah, that's not any better.
And Katerina? Did Ilario hire you to kill her?
No.
Ilario used blood magic to control spite. How? He's not a mage.
Our risen god gives many gifts.
Elganon. Ilario's working with Elganon.
Her spirit strong. Haste would be appreciated.
Let her go. We've heard enough.
Well, that was pretty damning.
Ilario has much to answer for.
In blood, if nothing else.
What are you going to do?
Take away everything from him.
Rook, something's come up. Evka dug around and found us someone who knows more about the Gloomhowler.
Anything useful?
Our new friend wants to talk in person. Figured you'd want to come along for this one.
Okay, let's run some more practice.
Thanks for tagging along, Rook. Those feelers I put out about the Gloomhowler turned up something. Evka, I got your message.
I figured you'd want to hear this. This is Davrin and Rook. You can trust them.
What's your name?
You're
in a town full of Grey Wardens. It's probably the safest place in the world right now.
How can we help?
My name's Valia. When I heard about Weishaupt, what happened... I once trained to be a Grey Warden, but I left before the joining.
It's not for everyone.
It wasn't that. It's... I'm the one who found the Griffin eggs, before they hatched.
I've got about 1,000,000 questions. But why come to us now?
I knew some of the Wardens who were caring for the Griffins, Remy and Lancet. I think I know what killed them.
The Gloomhowler. It's a Grey Warden, isn't it? An elf?
But that's all we know.
Yes. Her name was Isaiah. I found her diary. She was a mage. She blighted all the Griffins during the Fourth Blight.
What?
Upon direct orders from the First Warden at the time. She had no choice. This was centuries ago.
Why would they do that?
In her diary, Isaiah said the Blight was going badly. The Wardens couldn't win. They turned to blood magic. The Griffins fought harder, longer.
I see where this is going.
Isaiah didn't want to do it. But orders were orders. It won the war.
But then...
The Griffins became rabid. They turned against the Wardens.
So then the First Warden turned against them.
He ordered them all destroyed.
That's why they're extinct.
Can understand why this Isaiah is so pissed.
She felt betrayed by the Wardens, forcing her to do it. As penance, she hid the remaining eggs with a protective spell. I followed the clues and found them.
That was 400 years ago. She shouldn't even be alive.
Her last entry said she left for her calling.
Then she's probably in the deep roads. Blighted. Twisted.
Hassan? I was there the day you hatched. You've grown.
Careful. He's a shameless flirt.
That's because he's such a pretty boy, isn't he? I remember feeding him gingerwort truffles as a baby.
So you're the reason Davrin's been hunting mushrooms instead of monsters?
Anything for the prince.
I don't see a crown on your head yet, boy.
There should be. Griffins give the Wardens hope. Something to rally around after Weishaupt. Please find his brothers and sisters, whatever it takes. We owe them so much.
Count on it.
Stay safe, Hassan.
This is good information, but it still doesn't tell us where the Gloomhowler is.
No, but the other Wardens will keep looking. The Gloomhowler, Isaiah, can't hide forever.
sure he knows what he's doing.
This smells amazing. Does all coffee smell like this? Or just the stuff you make?
Coffee has a distinct aroma, if that's what you're asking.
Sorry. It was really rare where I grew up. And expensive.
Is it really a good idea having another coffee addict round here?
It's not really addictive, is it?
Tell us, Lucanis. Is it really addictive?
You know I have my reasons for drinking it. So, Harding, what do you think?
It's... delicious.
She hates it.
No, I don't hate it. It's really nice. Temperature.
I won't be upset if you don't like coffee.
He really wouldn't.
I know, but... sorry. It's just this thing I do sometimes.
Acting so people will like you?
It sounds terrible when you say it like that. I know I don't need to do it. I just do.
Sounds really healthy when you put it that way.
You must have been pretty tiny as a child.
Where'd that come from?
A tiny dwarven girl in a land of large human farmers.
Oh, yeah. I probably learned pretty quick that things worked out better if people liked me. If they agreed with me, or I agreed with them.
Some people like cream or sugar in their coffee.
Maybe coffee just isn't my thing.
Trust me, it's her. And we're lucky. If someone found the body before us, she would have been cremated.
I'll never understand that custom.
What are you two up to?
Rook, it's very exciting. Nev's invited me to help solve a murder.
Maybe they'll put your name in the Minratha's papers alongside Nev's.
Do you think so?
It's not as fun as it sounds. All right, let's start the show.
By the flame that stoked you, by the light that rises. Return and speak.
What do you want of this one?
You were a shadow dragon. Someone took you out.
She's already digging in. Be firm.
Why should this one speak?
For a chance to right some wrongs.
One last time.
Speak with no promise of answer.
You helped get people out of the city. Who was the last person you took?
No. Secret. This one's to protect.
They're clinging to a role, keeping secrets.
Fine. Then tell me who killed you. Did you see their face?
Their name gives the other away.
If they came for you, then they're coming for whoever you helped escape.
I'm a shadow dragon too. If you started a job, let us finish it.
By the pacts of the Watchers, we would not ask, were it not important.
This one saw the murderer's face. Uranus. His son wanted out for blood mage family. This one got the son to Azariel. Help him.
The shadow dragons will get him to safety.
Thank you.
The spirit has left us. Thank you for trusting me with one of your dead.
Wouldn't leave that to just anyone. You're a different story. Thanks for the help.
Anytime.
I don't understand why you're bringing so many books.
Well, I don't see what your objections are to my taking a canopy.
We're only going for 2 days.
You've hardly brought more than a flask and a bedroll.
Sorry, how many books are you packing for whatever this is, Emric?
Only a handful. Nothing irreplaceable, of course.
8. When will you have time to read 8 books? Emric wants to see more of Ferelden, so we're going camping. But he's treating it like we're going to an academic thing.
An expedition can have its earthly comforts.
You want to bring a shaving kit in the woods.
My dear Harding, a gentleman is never without a brush and a razor.
The whole point of going to the wilds is to get away from all that. So what if you get muddy and smell a little bad?
One can enjoy the scenery while remembering to bathe.
Harding, does it really matter if Emric brings 8 books?
9, actually.
And Emric? So what if Harding is fine sleeping on dirt?
Not all the time. Okay, Rook, I know. This trip's supposed to be fun.
I really have looked forward to you showing me more of your home, Harding.
Me too. Oh, and I'll make us sandwiches.
Ah, your famous ham and jam slam?
Well, yam and jam slam because you don't eat meat. So I'll use yams.
How thoughtful. Thank you, Harding.
Oh, great. Is it your turn to cook? What's all this gonna be?
Paella. Well, 2 of them. One without seafood for Emric.
So, you're making dinner for the team twice?
Everyone has to eat.
Yes, but you make fancy dishes with names. I cook whatever I find in the pantry and hope no one dies.
Cooking is just a hobby. Sometimes it's good to do something that isn't work. I've never really faced any problem too big to solve. Now there's Spite, the gods, Treviso. It's hard to ever feel you're doing enough. But here, now, I have people I can care for. Something as small as providing a treat feels big enough to matter.
Hey, Rook. I was planning to take Hassan to the woods in Arlethan soon. Want to keep us company?
Sounds good to me.
Hassan will be glad to hear it. Needs to stretch his wings. Hassan can get the gate.
Another truffle hunt?
No, we're meeting Eldrin, the old elf I told you about. I spent summers here. Tended Hollow when I was a kid.
Hard to imagine the mighty hunter hanging out with deer.
Not everything in the forest should... Hassan, hang back. Eldrin, I got your message.
Oh? Who are you?
It's me, Davrin.
I knew a Davrin once. Strange kid. Too small, even for an elf.
Well, now, hold on.
So, this walking mountain of armor I see before me can't be him.
You sure got old and cranky.
You got old and far too good looking. I was always the lady killer.
This is Rook. We're working together.
And can you be trusted around our holler, Rook?
I guess we'll have to let them work that out.
Careful of the antlers. They do the deciding. Arlathan Forest is wrong in a way I've never seen.
We know.
The holler aren't coming around, and these old bones aren't up to the task of chasing them anymore. I'm worried they're sick. I need you to check on them for me.
Hassan, I told you.
Is that what I think it is?
I'm looking after him.
Remarkable. A griffin. Never thought I'd see one. Maybe all those summers here rubbed off. The monster hunter turned shepherd.
What was Davrin like back then?
We don't need to waste Eldrin's time with...
He sang a lot.
This guy?
He'd sing to the holler.
You mean the Grey Warden standing next to me?
Now, hold on. I'd get tired trying to herd them. I started humming to keep myself awake, and they slowed down to listen.
So naturally you broke out into song.
Only when humming didn't work. Just getting the job done.
And now the job is caretaker to a griffin.
Hassan's got him wrapped around his little talon, searching all over for gingerwort truffle.
Yeah, Eldrin's heard enough.
Davrin, the truffle hunter? Seems my old lesson sunk in. Not every creature in the forest is quarry.
I didn't ignore everything you said. And now, we've got some holler to find.
Davrin, I'm glad to see you took the road less traveled. It suits you.
Okay, what do we do?
Find some stone root, a marple tree, and vannerberries.
I thought we were looking for Hala.
A lot of people would go chasing after them, running around, getting nowhere. Hala can keep that up for days.
Maybe you could sing to them.
I'll go right on pretending you didn't say that. Trick I've learned. Ringing the dinner bell's a lot easier than searching the whole damned forest.
Here we go. Found a marple tree.
See if it has a dead branch.
Got it.
It's hollow, right? When you blow through it, it mimics a holler's call.
The dinner bell.
Not ringing it yet, but that's the idea.
Here, some bannerberries.
Sweet as candy. Holler lapped them up.
Interesting. Wonder what they taste like.
Don't even think it. Uncle Eldrin let me try one once. As a lesson. It lasted an hour. Paralysis, hallucinations, cramps. Uh-huh. Great for Holler. Bad for people.
Over here, stone root.
Good. Hang on to that. We slice away the outer husk. There's seeds inside that mimic the Hala mating scent.
I thought we were ringing the dinner bell.
Maybe it's a romantic. Time to get out that marble branch and call the Hala.
He sounds excited.
Let's hope it's that and not I'm hungry for venison. It's on the other side of this. He senses something. Could be Hala.
We've got a griffin. Hassan could track them.
I need to be careful of the predator in him that's ingrained to hunt and kill things before they kill him.
He'd attack the Hala.
Probably not, but he's never seen one. This is a good spot. Lay out the stone root and bannerberries. Time to blow the horn. I'll let you have the honor. It looks sick.
How long can it last like that?
Another week, maybe? The forest is going rotten.
We need to do something.
Look around for more vannerberries. Hassan, don't you even think about going after...
Davrin, remember, trust.
Right. Turlum. Okay. Hassan, do as I would do, boy. Be nice.
Did Hassan just bring it some food?
He did. I'll be damned. Won't forget that anytime soon. Thanks for helping out.
Yeah, I just blew a horn. Hassan's the one who put on the show. There's more to him than hunting darkspawn.
Eyes of an eagle, roar of a lion. But maybe the heart of a Hala.
And the appetite of all three? You found your Turlum.
Yeah, we did. Come on, boy. You did good. We'll need to tell Eldrin about this Hala.
So your uncle is quite the character.
Eldrin will drink you under the table, then the floor, then bury you in the basement as a joke. Most of my clan didn't understand why I left. Eldrin had an open mind, saw I was restless.
He approved.
He knew I had to find my own way, though he warned me about joining the Wardens.
Too dangerous.
Too much darkness. Eldrin always preached balance in life.
Not something Grey Wardens seem to know much about.
We reek of darkspawn all the time. Guess that's why working with Hassan, there's something to be said for drawing strength from the light.
Any luck?
We found one. Looked sick.
I was afraid of that. If you can find more vanberries...
Hassan took care of it.
A griffin helped to holler?
It's like he was a shepherd. I couldn't believe it.
Remarkable.
Nothing about that in the training manual.
The world knows griffins as warriors who fought Darkspawn, but they existed long before that.
Existed as what?
A creature of the wild, free to explore their nature.
But griffins live for the hunt.
So do you. Yet now, you're a caretaker.
I'm proof that anything can change. Don't know if it's for the better.
Nothing about change is ever certain. I once knew a restless young elf who believed there was more to life than shoveling hollow manure. It's the nature of nature to surprise us.
Maybe you're right. See you around, Eldrin.